Welcome to Wednesday's module lesson. Today is module 4, lesson 8, and I hope you enjoy this live format. I'm trying something new again today, similar to yesterday. Instead of showing you the slides, trying to be more interactive with you all, and hopefully you'll give me feedback on whether you prefer this type of format or the slides. Today we have several targets that we're going to look at. The first target is going to be studying some more vocabulary in the book Maggie, the One-Eyed Peregrine Falcon. So we're going to focus on more vocabulary like we did yesterday. Our second target is going to be looking at the solution and ending to the book Maggie, the One-Eyed Peregrine Falcon. And then the third target is going to be doing some shared writing, with you doing more of the writing and me following you with the writing. So again, just like yesterday, we have 3 targets: vocabulary, we're going to focus on the solution and the ending, and then finally do some shared writing where you're doing more of the lead and I'm following you. So we're going to begin the lesson by finishing the book. Yesterday we left off with Maggie, and Maggie was a bird that had a nest in the ceiling, not the ceiling, I'm sorry, on the top of a building. There we go. Yesterday I said ceiling too, but on the top of the building. And on her second day of flying, Maggie crashed into a building, resulting in an injured beak and also an injured eye. And when we left off, it was the picture of, when we left off, it was the picture of the x-ray that Maggie had had. I'm going to turn off that light because it's glaring right on the book. So, as I was saying, when we left off, Maggie had an x-ray taken, and we found out that she had an injured beak as well as an injured eye. So today we're going to read to find out if she's okay. Yesterday, they were worried that if she had an injured eye, that she'd never return to the wild. So that's kind of where we left off yesterday, by the author talking about, well, if her eye is injured, Maggie can never return to the wild. So let's go ahead and finish our book. And you can see here, looks like she's having a surgery. I see some medical tools, a mask, some scissors, and it says, the doctors decide that the eye will never heal. They give Maggie medicine that makes her tired. Then, while Maggie is asleep, the doctors carefully remove the injured eye. So they had to take out her eye. It was hurt so bad. When Maggie wakes, there is less pain. She can see, but everything looks different. Maggie is glad that the pain is gone, but she misses her parents' nest. She misses being outdoors. Outside feels much better than inside. So although her eye is healing, the pain is gone, she feels better that way. She still misses her parents, and she misses being outdoors. So here's a picture of Maggie, and it looks like she's in some kind of habitat where she can be safe. The people seem to notice her sadness. They move her to a large outdoor play area. The fresh air and warm sun feel good against her feathers. Maggie has a place to perch and space to fly. A small bird gets into her play area, and Maggie feels hungry. She flies high into the air, then dives towards the bird. Down, down she comes, and she misses it. I'm wondering if she missed it because her eyesight might not be as good as it was before. What do you guys think? Now Maggie understands. Without her left eye, she can't catch her own food. Peregrine falcons need both eyes to hunt. So yes, my prediction was correct. There's another picture of her. Looks like she's landing. But she's realizing that without her eyes, she can't hunt alone. There's some more pictures of Maggie and the people helping her, working on her. The people teach Maggie to sit on their arms. Their eyes are kind and their voices are soft. They reward her with tasty bites of food. The people tell Maggie that she will be an education bird. She will live at the Wildlife Center, and she will teach children and adults about peregrine falcons. The news makes Maggie happy. She has learned to like it there. So they decide, because she's injured, that she's going to be an educational bird, which will help other people, adults and children alike, to learn about peregrine falcons, and that makes her very happy. So here's a picture of her with the zookeeper, maybe. One day Maggie is taken to meet a group of children. They are loud and wiggly, but they become quiet as soon as they see Maggie. An adult tells a story of Maggie's life, and the children learn why peregrine falcons are important. They admire her feathers, her eye, and her talents. Maggie has become their teacher. There's her injured eye right there. That's been removed. Thanks to Maggie, these children and their parents are learning to respect nature and, more importantly, to protect it. Maggie has become an education bird, and every day she will spread the word. The end. So there are a couple of words I want to kind of talk to you about. The first word that I want to talk about is the word damaged. On this page, I believe it was on this page, it talked about how Maggie had a damaged eye. Let me go and try to find it. It's not that page. Let's see. I'm sure it's on this page. Let's see. Let's just skim real quick together. Actually, let's start out with the word remove. We'll do remove first. On this word it says, then while Maggie is asleep, the doctors carefully remove the injured eye. The word re means to go back. So remove means to move back. That doesn't make sense here, but the doctors carefully remove the injured eye. It means that they took the eye out. The doctor took out her eye. Here's the word damaged. This was from yesterday. Let's read that sentence again. She learns that her left eye was damaged when she hit the building. The word damaged means that it was broken, it was injured, it was harmed from an injury. So Maggie's eye was harmed or injured from when she hit the building. Another way for harmed, or another word for harm or injured could be damaged. So based on the story that we just read, we can go ahead and talk about what happens to Maggie. We can talk about what happens to Maggie. So towards the end of the story, Maggie begins to heal, right? She had her eye removed. She had eye surgery. The doctors took very good care of her, and she had her eyes healed. She had her eye removed. But once it began to heal, she tried to catch some food. And she realized when she missed the food that she couldn't see very well. She was unable to return to the wild to hunt. So that's kind of what happened to Maggie. And at first she was quite sad because she missed the outdoors. But then in the end, they decide that she would be a great educational bird or education bird or a teacher. So she goes on to teach children and adults about peregrine falcons, and she feels very, very happy. So that's kind of the story. The two things we're going to focus on today was the solution and the ending. So the solution basically was, let's think about this. She had an injured eye. They decided that it wouldn't be repaired, so the doctors decided to remove it. That's the solution. And in the end, Maggie turned into an education bird, and she was very helpful to others, which made her feel very useful and good about herself. So the story does have a sad ending because her eye was removed, but a happy ending because she got a new purpose in life. So today in our independent write, we're going to take out our orange module books. I'm going to give you a moment to get your orange module books. If we did page 59 yesterday, today we are going to do page 60. So let's go ahead and open up to page 60 in our orange module books. And I'm going to turn my camera to the book. So you should all have this page out and a pencil. I'm going to use a pen because it's easier to read. But we're going to come up with a sentence. We're going to draw lines. You're going to try the sentence, and then I'm going to write it where you can check your capitals, your ending marks, your periods, and your finger spaces. So the sentence says, use evidence from the text to support your thinking. Who helps the bird? And how does this solve the problem? So the first thing we want to think about is who helps the bird? Well, who helps the bird are the doctors at the wildlife hospital and other special people. And how do they solve the problem? They remove the injured eye. So we want to try to think about a compound sentence. Remember, it has the word and, so, or because in it. So together we're going to come up with a sentence. We're going to draw our lines, and then you're going to check when we're done. So the sentence I want you to write is, who helps Maggie? The doctors at the wildlife hospital help Maggie. Let me think about this. We're going to add the word by. Okay, so we're going to say the sentence, the doctors at the wildlife hospital help Maggie by removing her eye. Wow, that's a long one. Let's try that again. Draw your sentences with me. The doctors, I think we're going to leave out at the wildlife hospital. We're going to say the doctors help Maggie by removing her, by removing her hurt eye. Then we'll have a bossy R word in there. So the doctors help Maggie by removing her hurt eye. Go ahead and start that sentence. I'm going to read it to you as you write it. Please write the word the. Remember, a capital letter. Let's tap out doctors together. D, A, K, T. Ors, doctors. The doctors. Doesn't follow our bossy R pattern, but we'll fix it when we need to. The doctors help. H, E, L, P. The doctors help Maggie. You can turn to the page before if you need to know how to spell Maggie. So if you go back over to your page from yesterday, you can find the word Maggie. The doctors help Maggie by, trick word last week, B-Y. Oop, I told you, sorry. The doctors help Maggie by removing, we just learned about the word re, which means back. So go backwards, do something over. Moving, by removing. The doctors help Maggie by removing her, has the bossy R in it, The doctors help Maggie by removing her hurt. Huh? The doctors help Maggie by removing her hurt. And if you need to find the word I, you can go back to the previous page, and I circled it for you. By removing her I. Remember your ending mark. All right, now it's time to check your work. Let's read your sentence one more time, or keep on writing if you're not finished, because I'd like everyone to be together on this. The doctors help Maggie by removing her hurt I. The first word needs to be a capital, and it's the word the. Everyone should have that word right. Doctors, it's actually or. So d, a, k, t. The word or, and it's more than one, so we're going to add an S. The doctors help is easy to tap out. H, E, L, P. The doctors help Maggie. I can look at the page prior, or lucky for Miss Duquette, she just happens to have the book right here. M-A-G-G-I-E. M-A-G-G-I-E. The doctors help Maggie by, trick word last week, B-Y, removing, re, 2 letters, move. This one does not sound like it looks. I know I spell move M-O-V-E, so I'm going to write M-O-V. When I add ing, I drop the E and add I-N-G. The doctors help Maggie by removing her, bossy R, her, hurt, t. By removing her hurt, I, E-Y-E. So the problem is, or who helped Maggie, is the doctors. That answers that part of the question. And how does this solve the problem? They removed her hurt I. And then she could go on, if you want to earn a 4 today, you could go on to talk about how she became an education bird and how she helped adults and parents and children learn about the peregrine falcon. So again, if you want a 3, your work should look like that. If you want to go above and beyond, you can add another sentence about how Maggie went on to become an education bird. And you would want that to be in a complete sentence. Down here, you might draw a picture of the doctors helping Maggie. You might draw a picture of the doctors doing surgery on her eye. You could draw a picture of her at the end of the story becoming an education bird. Maybe Maggie has a speech bubble to say, now I'm happy because I'm helping other people. It's your choice, but you do need to include some type of picture, and then you'll post this picture in Seesaw for credit for today. So, I hope you enjoyed the true story of Maggie, the one-eyed peregrine falcon. If I can find a real-life video of her like I did with Pierre the penguin, I will post it on Friday. I truly hope that you enjoyed learning alongside of me today and that you're feeling successful with your online learning. Remember, for today's post, you will need to post a picture of your completed page 60 along with an illustration down here, and if you have time to color, I'd like that as well. And then I'm going to put a retell page on there as well where you can tell what happened in the beginning, middle, and end. Thanks so much for joining me in this new format that I'm trying. I enjoy seeing your posts, watching your videos, looking at your pictures, hearing your voice. It makes me smile. You guys truly are doing a magnificent job with this online learning, and I thank you so much for all your hard work and focus. Have a fabulous day, and I will see you again soon.